Okay, so today's video is going to be slightly different. Today we're not going to be focusing on any programming or anything. I've decided that I want to get this game done as soon as possible because it seems to be carrying out longer than I thought it was supposed to be planned for. So today we're going to focus on building out the level itself. We're only going to do one level just to get a bunch of different mechanics and stuff working in that level, and then you can use that and expand on it if you want to. But today we are going to focus on building out this level, so adding different things like houses and more obstacles into the scene, and then changing the layout of the scene itself so that we have different things to do. So we can go underground, and then once we're underground we can collect coins maybe, or break some objects that are down there, as well as use platforms to jump back up onto the main platform of the game. And then we'll probably add in some different, I think it's like buildings and stuff that actually have animations. So some of them have like fire pits we can add, just like we did for the, I think we actually have a fire pit in the scene already. So just like we did with that one, we can add a different fire. We'll see what there is in our assets folder, but there's different objects like that we can add into it. Actually, let's just jump in here quick and then I can show you. So we have our animations here. These are all of our animations that we can use. So we have a furnace, we have a torch, we'll add some torches as well. We also have a lever that I'm not sure if we are going to use, so we could maybe do that depending on, actually we might do that, we'll make that into an episode. And then we have a fireball, which I don't think we use. Let me bring my scene in here. So this is our scene view, and we used the fire pit over here. Okay, so this is, I don't know what that is, but what's that called? Fireplace? No, we could add a fireplace into it. We can, furnace, is it? No, that's not it. Well, I can't, anyway, we have that object there, which is a animation. So when you play the game, it actually should have a fire flame, which it does. There is our fire burning. So we can do things like that. And then what we can do is we can also, what we'll do in today's episode is, which also might actually require us to do a little bit of programming, is have, where is it? Where do I find it? Background, enemy, main character, objects, probably here. So we can have platforms that look like this, where we can actually jump through them in one direction. So if you're below it and you jump through it, you can go through it, but then once you're on top of it, you can't go through it in the downwards direction, if that makes sense. So you can jump onto it, and then once you're above it, it will then act like a proper platform that you can stand on. So it's kind of like a one-way, it's like a one-way gate, kind of, where you actually, what am I saying? It's not a gate. It's, I'll show you what I mean by that. But let's get started and see what we can do. So the problem with this is we created a tile using our tile rules, and we haven't yet configured it to work with all of our tiles. So what we're going to do today's video is we're going to ignore that tile, and then what I'll do is I will do that in the background off camera, because that will take a while to figure out, because you have to play with them and try and get them in the correct order. So what I'll do is I'll do that myself, and then I will, if I get it sorted, I will post either like a picture or just like a few seconds in the next video, or in one of the future videos, showing you what the different layers and the different order of and the hierarchy of the platforms and the order you want it to be in, so that you can set it up yourself. So what I'm talking about is this over here. I'll go ahead and configure this so that we can use like our spikes, because at the moment if we add a spike into it, you can see that it doesn't quite work properly. There you go. You can see that that's not really supposed to happen, or that's supposed to happen, but this here is supposed to join it correctly. So those stairs are not really supposed to be there. So I'll go and try and fix that, and then I will show you the order and the configuration of each tile once I've sorted that out. So let's go into our folder here and try and figure out what we want to add into our scene. So let's start with the very first bit. So first of all, let's go to, okay, so we're gonna want to put them under our scene objects. But before we do that, let's just go and turn on our backgrounds so that we can see. We also need to fix our backgrounds so that we have proper working backgrounds and not backgrounds that kind of work. Because at the moment, I think the two in the front are not working, whereas the ones at the back, I think it's the last 3 layers are working correctly, except for the I think we need to change the length of it because that is different. The length of them is different and it's not quite working. So let's go and do this. Let's go to our, where is it? Our sprites folder, and then we're going to want to put in some objects. So first of all, let's configure our, actually, yeah, let's start with the beginning. We'll just start from the beginning over here where our player starts the game, and then we'll work all the way to the end. So this we'll probably get rid of because we don't really want that. So let's see, treehouse, let's go and delete that because we don't really want that. It's got no use. So let's start at the beginning. So at the very beginning here, let me just turn on my light. Give me a second. Okay, so we're back. So what do we want to do? We want to add in probably a massive tree over here. So let's go to our trees. Where's our trees? Objects. Do we have trees? Furniture, elevator, okay, buildings. I'm pretty sure it's in here. No vegetation should be in here. Okay, so here's our trees. Now, well, that's not our trees. Where do we want it? So we want one of these trees. So we'll put this one over here. This one somewhere in here. And this can go in our scene object. So what is it? These ones are all behind the player. So our tree needs to be behind the player. Yeah, so this tree we want to put probably over here somewhere. But we don't want it to be in front of the platform. We want it to be behind the platform. What's our platform on? Okay, so behind player. What's this one? This one is behind the player on 0. Behind the player. This one up. That's on grid. Layer default tree. Why is that in front? That should be behind. Let's test it out. Enemies, no. In front of player. We don't want it to be in front of player. We want it to be behind. Background. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that because that should work. So let's see. That should now allow us to walk in front of the player. Cool. So also ignore the coins. The coins are not working because I have been working on the crate. Because that we had a problem in the previous episode. But we'll figure that out eventually. So we can have a tree over there. And then what else do we want to do? We want to... Let's add a few things to our house over here. So let's see, objects. Let's add something like, let's add a fence maybe. And then this fence is going to be behind the player like that. Probably something similar to that maybe. You can put it over there just so that some of it's hidden. And then let's go background. The sign, I'm just going to get rid of, actually, do we want to? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that because we don't really want that. That just looks out of place. And then what else do we have? In here we have a sign. Okay, so house sign, what is this? Import settings. House sign 4, house sign 3, house sign, okay. Let's just put a random sign because why not? Let's put this over here. Something like that. Change that to background, I guess. Okay, that looks good. Now We can also add things just to make the scene look better. So things like, do we have? So we have crates. Oh, actually, those are barrels. We can add things like, where do we have these? Where did I see them? Like something like logs maybe, and put that in the background. Something like that. And then maybe even some rocks or something. Do we even have rocks? Snow. Buildings. No, those are buildings. Those we don't want. Cave. Oh yeah, so here are rocks. So we can add something like this. Put these in the background. Something somewhere like that maybe. These could probably, where's this? This can go, actually, let's bring all of these into here. Also, why did I just put them in our, well, okay, so actually I'm going to get rid of these logs because those look out of place. So we can get rid of those. Then we can have, let's get a, do we have a barrel? Do we have a barrel? What is it called? Barrel. We should have one. I'm pretty sure I saw one. Yeah, here it is. Let's put this over there, and then also put that on the background, and then we'll just leave that over there. Something like that. Okay, so that looks decent. That looks okay. Now, what else do we want? We want to have, I'm going to change the scene up a little bit. So we can go from here. Let's go and get rid of this. So where's our razor? I think this is our razor. So we don't want any of this. I'm just going to make this bigger so we can see it. Make that smaller. So here is our scene. We are going to want to redesign all of this, but so we'll have to move our spider and our point A and point B as well, because we actually, we could just leave it there for now, but let's go and do this. So like I said earlier, ignore the way I'm going to set up our tiles now, because we haven't really finished the tile rules, so we will have to deal with that later. So actually we can use our tile rule for now, something like this. So we can add a platform over there. And then what we want to do is we want to add in the, what is it? We can join those like that. Now, I think it's the, which one is it? This one. We want something like that, except for the fact that we don't want that one. So maybe it's just, no, it's that one. So that one we want to put over there. Then what else do we want? We want to have one that joins that all the way down to there. So which one is that? I think that's this one. So if we join all of those like that, let's just leave that like that. And then we could probably put this, no, not that one. Which one is it? It is the, it's not that one because that's on all sides. It's going to be this one. Like that. And then this one will obviously have to be there, but that's not going to, actually, let's just do this for now. We'll set that up, that way we only have to deal with that one. So something like that. And then what we can do is we can actually go and get our platforms and do this. We can build like some kind of obstacle system that we have to jump up and down. What am I doing? So let's go to this one, select it and put it over. Yeah, well, why is it not dragging it in? First of all, let's tie this up. Main camera, let's close all of that. Grid, scene objects, put that into there. We'll put that over there. Okay, so we're working on in our scene objects here. Now this platform over here, we need to drag into. Why do I still have that selected? So this one we need to, okay, there we go. So we can put that, where's that gone? Platform 1. So this one is going to have to be rotated. So let's go and say rotation on the x-axis is, what is it? It's going to be minus 180. No, minus 90, no, minus 270. Which way am I rotating? Let's just do this. Let's rotate this one, minus, it's going to be on the y-axis, so we want it like that, so that's going to be minus 180. So we'll put this one over here somewhere like this. Something like that. And then we'll also have to have one over here, but I want to make it so that we have, I think we have a pillar over here that we can use. So we can put this over here like that. Move this down a little bit. And then actually, let's go play the game quickly and just see if there's a collider that works on these. It's not going to work on the platform that we've just added into the game, but it should work on the tiles. So if I drop down here, okay, so you can see that's fine. Now where is our... that and okay, so they're on the wrong level. So let's go and change those to... what is it? That is going to be background. Done that, let's go and save that as a background layer. Okay, so now we should not... okay, so they were there previously when we started it, but you can't really collide with them because they don't have any colliders on. And that's good for the... that's good for this one because we don't want to be able to collide with that. But this one, so this is what I was saying earlier. So when we go and jump through this one like that, we're going to be able to go through it in an upwards direction. But coming down from the top, once we've jumped up like that, from this point, if I freeze it over there, this guy is going to get stuck on there. So it's going to stop there, and then you'll have the opportunity to jump on the next one, which we're going to add as well. So let's go and do that. Let's go and move this one over here somewhere. And then we can do the same thing. So let's go and expand this like that. And then we want to build this up so that we have... what is it? Which one am I looking for? Is it that one? No. It is going to be this one, I believe. So this one is going to go up like that. Now we need to figure out how we want to do this. So I want to make it so that it is going to look like... so we'll have this over here somewhere. Like that. And then we want to have this... no, not that one. It's so difficult to figure out which one you need. Which one do I want? I want to wrap this around. But actually, I'm putting this in the wrong way. So I'm going to undo that. And I am going to say, where do we want this? We want this to be... which one am I looking for? Probably this. Let's put this over here. No, that's a bit too small. What am I looking for? Let's see. Okay, let's just start with this. We'll put this over here like that. Something like that. And then we can just put this up here. Like that. And then we'll have this one over there. And then we need to have one that goes down. So that's going to be this one over there. And then we need one that's going to connect those two. So that one is going to be, I believe it's going to be this one. Yes, it is. Perfect. And then let's just go and fill that in like that. And then I want to go and expand this one. So let's go and scale this one up in this direction. So that's going to look like that one is actually holding that top bit up. So something like that. We can go and expand it like that maybe. So that looks good. Okay, and then let's go and copy and paste that, and then we can put this one, we'll put it back to the way it was, and we can put it over here. Something like that. And we can move that one like that maybe. Okay, so let's see. So that is going to be fine. Now let's go and fix the spot. So we want to join these two like that. Let's go and put, I think that's our tile rule over there, like that, something similar to that. And then we need to go and, what am I doing? Fix that. So let's just fill it in for now, like something like that. Okay, so in the bottom over here, we could probably put something like a mine, maybe. So like an entrance to a mine. What am I doing? Let's drag in our mine over here. And then we can put this. We're not going to do anything to this. So this will just be for show. So it won't be able to do anything. So you won't actually be able to walk into the mine. But we'll leave it like that. And then that should be fine. So let's go and test this out. So we should be able to walk down, or fall down there rather, and then explore it. Okay, so we need to go and change that, because this here needs to be on the background layer. Okay, so that's good. Cool, so that allows you to fall down into here, and then eventually it will allow you, well, eventually we might do this next, eventually we'll be able to jump onto there, and then from that platform be able to jump to the next one, assuming that it is we can actually reach it. We'll have to play around with that. So let's go and fix this one. I just want to fix this edge over here so it looks like that we actually have like this pattern that joins it together. So this one is going to be this one, I believe, and then the next one is going to be, or this one over here is going to be, which one is it? It should be not that one. It should be, which one is it? It needs to have a curve in the bottom left corner. This one. Perfect. Okay, so that's looking good. Now we need to try and put some kind of background in this, because if we play the game now, I think the trees will actually follow you down there. I'm not quite sure. Let's test it out. So we don't really want the trees to follow you down here, because that just doesn't look natural. We want the trees to kind of stay on the tree line. So we will probably have to put in some backgrounds like this one. So let's do that. But the problem with this is this here is going to have a collider on it, and I don't really want this collider on it. So that's going to be a problem. Let's go to our grid, and can we remove the collider off of it? Also, I don't really like the way that looks, so I might just take it away, because obviously we're not really going to be able to see any of the objects that we just put in it, and also we can't go through it because it's got a collider on it. So that is a waste of time. So let's get rid of that. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. So now, should we try and do those platforms, or should we move on to the next bit? Let's just keep working on the way the scene looks. So let's do this. Over here, let's go and add another tree. We want to have a tree that has a spider's den below it. But before we do that, let's go and move all of the stuff in. So the mine, the platform, the timber, and the platform one can go back underneath our scene objects. Now let's double check on our point A and point B for our spider. So point B, let's move to about here. And then point A, we'll have it moving from most of that area. So let's play this quickly and just see what that looks like. Also, if you've gotten this far, this video is probably going to be a lot longer than normal. So hopefully just under an hour, or if not, maybe even a little bit more. So I'll try and keep it underneath an hour, but that spider is looking quite good. It walks from point A to point B, which we assigned using our dragging and dropping into the spider. So on our spider class, we have points that we drag into it, and then whatever points we put in it is going to walk up and down between those 2 points. So like I was saying, this video is going to be slightly longer just because we're just sorting out the level design for this game. So we're not actually going to be doing any programming, depending on if we get to the point where we need to sort out our platforms, these two platforms over here. But for now, let's just carry on working on the design of this scene. So for the spider area here, I'm going to put in a tree. So let's go back to our vegetation, and then we want to add in, let's add in this tree over here. So this tree is going to be on our background, and then we'll put it probably in the middle somewhere over here. And then I also want to add in a bunch of rocks. So let's go and add in our stone background. Probably something like that, maybe. I'm just going to add in another one right next to it. Put that one also on the background so we can see it. And then just something like that. So that one doesn't really look out of place. But also we need to move these down. Like that. Also our spider needs to be moved down because it needs to look like it is walking on the ground and not floating. Okay, so what else I'm going to do? I'm going to add in a stump just because I feel like that will look quite cool next to our spiders then. But I'm going to scale that down to about half the size of what it is. So 0.5, actually 0.7 by 0.7. Okay, so that looks good. So we can put that over there. And then what we can do now is we can add in a mushroom next to it, because why not? Background, we could put that probably somewhere like that maybe. And then I'm just going to put one over this side. Actually, let's put in these ones on the background as well. We'll put them like that. Actually, I want them to kind of be in front. But I guess it doesn't matter. So let's just put that over there like that. Something like that. Doesn't have to look great. Okay, so that's looking much better than what we actually had earlier. And I'm just going to move these coins. So this first coin we'll put one coin on each platform. One over there, one down over here, something like that. So you have to go and collect them. And then I'm just going to put this one over here as well. Just so that it kind of forces you. It doesn't really force you to go there, but because there's a coin there, it's kind of like encouraging you to go down and collect it. So let's go to the next part here and see what we can do here. So this part, what else can we do? We can go and add in a let's see, do we want to change this up again and put another platform, or do we want to leave this? Yeah, let's go and change it up a bit. So I'm going to do all of this. What do we want to do? Let's go and erase all of this. So let's go erase all of this and make it flat. Something like that. Now, we can bring this up again just to make it even. So something like that. And then we can simply add in, I'm going to add in some stairs over here. Actually, let's put them over there. That should be over there. I guess we're not adding stairs because I don't think that works either. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to our platform, which is over... Where's our platform? Our platform is somewhere over here. Here it is. So we can put this over here if we can ever get there. So let's go and say this platform we'll put over here, and then that needs to be put on the background. That's kind of getting annoying. Can we change all of those to be backgrounds? No, we can't. Anyway, so this, where is it? This platform we want to put over here somewhere. Probably over here like that, so that we can actually jump onto it. And then possibly remove this maybe like that, and then maybe something like that, I guess. And then we'll just have a... We can just leave that like that, I guess. So that's kind of working nicely. So Let's go and run through this and see if it works. I don't know if we'll be able to get past this gap, but we should be able to jump, so that's fine. We know what's down there, so we don't have to go and test it out. So we got our spider. It still walks from point A to point B. We need to fix those backgrounds because those are annoying me. And then we've got the second bit over here that we can jump onto. It's not going to work now, but eventually we'll be able to jump onto that. We might have to increase our jump force just so that we can actually make it up there. And then from there we can go and jump onto this part and then onto the next part. Okay, so let's see what's next. So first of all, let's go and move this coin. Where is our coin? Scene object collectibles. So we want this one. Or actually this one. Let's move this one over here. And I'm also just going to move this one down a little bit just so we can reach it. And also I'm going to move this bucket onto our well over here. And then let's go and say... Actually, we'll leave it like that. Just because I don't really want to sort... I don't want to sort out those layers for now. Okay, so we'll leave our coins like that maybe. That's fine. Put that at -5. -4.5, I guess. And that one can be at -4.5. Just so that they're at the same height. Then we have one to jump up to. And then we could make it another one up there, but let's not do that. Let's do something else. So what else do we want to do over here? We can go and get rid of this because I don't really like that. There's no reason to have clothes in our scene. What else can we add? We can add in... Let's see, where's our buildings? What buildings do we have? We have a windmill that we could use, or mill blades. What do we want to do? Let's do... We don't really want to add in a big building because it doesn't really make sense. Furniture, we could probably put like a bigger house, but actually we'll do that at the end over here. Let's go do that now because I know what I want to do. So I'm going to add in a building. That building is going to be a house, which is, I think I'm going to use this one, house 3. So we'll put this over here. So this is going to be like our end goal to reach this scene over here. So I'm going to move this over here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in an empty object onto... Where do you want it? We want to... Actually, let's just leave it out. So let's go and create an empty object. And this is going to be our end stopper. That's a random name, but we'll put this over here at the very end of our game. And then we're going to add in a box collider 2D. Let's go and edit it so that we can drag it up. So that's just going to be right over there like that. So that will stop us from moving off of the scene. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all it's going to do. We also don't want to see it, which is why we're not really going to add anything to it other than just an empty game object and its collider. So let's see what else we want to do. Let's go and add in some... Well, let's add in a banner so it kind of looks like it's a flag saying, yeah, you finished. We'll put that over there. And then let's go and add in a bench. Why not? Actually, we'll put the bench over this side. Bench over here. Something like that. I'm going to rotate that at -180 just so it looks the other way, like that. Okay, what else do we want? We want to add in... Let's add in this. Like that. And then we can also add in a bunch of torches and lights. Well, not lights, but those fire torches. We can add to... Where are we going to put it? First of all, where are they? Oh, here they are. Okay, so because this is going to be daytime, I'm going to turn it off. Well, not turn it off, but I'm going to add the one that looks like it's actually off. So something like that. And again, let's just rotate it -180 so it looks the other way. Something like that. Okay, that's fine. Now, do we want to add in anything else for the end of the scene? You know what we could do? We could add in another player that's non-controllable, which we could just animate doing some stuff. So let's go and do this. Let's go and put this over here. I'm just going to test something quickly. We might have to do some coding for this, but let's try this out. So I'm going to put this over here. What I'm going to do is let's go to our player. Idle, no, okay, so we want to look for the right, it's not going to be a jumpy animation. It's going to be sprites animation. Let's see, where's our player? None of those. Main player. Which one is it going to be? Sprite. Maybe we probably won't be able to find the correct animation, but let's see. NPC, let's see, what is this one? Run idle. That's not the one we want. Blacksmith, maybe this is, yeah, this is the one I want. Okay, so we don't really want this. We can go and get rid of this. Delete that, and I'm going to put this guy over here. Just like that. So this is going to it's going to kind of act like a friend, I guess. And this guy is simply just going to sit here, or stand there rather, and just bang on this anvil over here. And I think it's going to create some kind of spark. So let's go and do that. Let's go and create an animation. And this one is going to be called, where is it? It's going to be, where assets, animations. Let's go and call this player anvil, because I think that's what it's called. So let's go and drag all of these into here. And then I'm going to bring this down here so we can see what it looks like. If we play this, that's a bit too fast. But we also need to change that. So this one is going to be the background, so that's in front. And let's try that. Also, that is not the action we wanted. I think this is the one we wanted. So let's go and get rid of those and put these ones in. So let's go and increase that length. Probably something like that, maybe like 1.5 seconds. Maybe less than that. Let's try 110. Let's try 1 minute. Yeah, that's fine. That looks good. So that we can add over there. Now, I don't know if, is there a way that we can, let's go to animator. Let's see, select this guy. Okay, I don't know why that's not coming up. Let's test this out. Let's go to our game view and see what this looks like. So let's make this bigger. So here's our game. Let's play this. So we can still attack things. I'm not going to jump down there because then we won't be able to get back up. Our spider's still moving from point A to point B. We probably need to, actually we can probably leave that there. We have our well over there. We can jump on top of that. Not that we need it at the moment, but we'll change that. And then what we can also do is we have a flame over there, and then we can also go all the way to the end and hopefully see that guy knocking on that anvil constantly if we eventually get there. Okay, so that's working, but we need to change all of those objects because they are in the wrong layer. So all of these need to be on the background and stopper. Let's try it. All of these need to be on the background layer, so that's fine. So I'm just going to grab our player quick and I'm going to move him over this side, somewhere over here, just so that we don't have to walk there. So here's our player, and that's still not working, so we need to change that because that needs to be in front. So let's go to our building, house 3. Do we have a building layer? Background, behind player. Where is it? Oh, it's at the other side of the scene. So this is going to be over here. Okay, Okay, let's try to figure this out. If we play the game and then we just go to the scene view, we should be able to see it playing. Okay, so that we need to change, which one is it? Action. This one needs to be, let's put it at 1. So that's in front of the house. So that should be fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, that's working nicely. So what else do we need to change? We want to put this on top of the, I wanted to put it over here. So let's go put that over there. And then I'm going to change that to 1 so it's in front. Just so it looks like the bucket is actually waiting to be used. Okay, so that's fine. We need to start working on those platforms. But before we do, we need to do something with this empty area. I might just go and delete most of it because we don't really need it. It's kind of like a lot to be filled up. Let's see. So you know what? I'm gonna do that in my own time. I'm just gonna make this smaller. Probably get rid of all of this over here, and then just have this section join up with this because we don't really need it. We can fit everything we've done for this game within that small little space because we haven't really done much, even though it's taken us forever to get to this point. But let's go and try to start working on these platforms so that we can jump down there, but then we can still get up. So for those platforms, I have forgotten what it is, but let me look it up quickly. Let's see, what is it going to be? It's going to be a Unity one-way platform. So let's see, what do we want to do? Let's go and they are very simple. It's just like you add a component to it and then you tell it to only be a one-way collider, I guess, something like that. So I did this a few weeks ago, but I've completely forgot. So let's go and see. So where are those platforms? First of all, let's go and add all of these into our scene objects. And then we can go and find this platform and this platform. So we need to add to both of these platforms. So what we need to do is we need to go and add in first of all, they need to both have colliders on them, I guess. So I'm going to change the colliders so that this one only acts like that. And then we need to go and add in a platform effector 2D. And then I believe that needs to be a one-way. Okay, so that's fine. So let's just go and we could probably go test that and see. So on our colliders, let's go and say on our, where is it? Box collider, we need to go and say use effector. So that should allow us to only collide with it going this way, and then everything going upwards should allow you to go through it. So let's go and test it out. Hopefully now, we might have to increase this gap here because, okay, so you can see we collide with that. And then, yeah, so we need to go and increase that gap because we can't really get through it. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to do? We need to probably get rid of this over here. So can I go and do this an easy way? Let's see, where's our grid? Can you go and, on our grid, let's get these guys and put them over there. And then we can go and erase these ones. Like that. And then we'll get this one, put that over there, and that should be fine. So all we have to do now is get this platform, which is, I believe it is, where is it? It's this one. And then let's just shift this one over here like that. That should be fine. And then we can move our coin as well, put that over there. And now there should be enough space to go from one platform to the other. I'm going to increase the height of it just so that we can actually reach the next one, because I think where it would probably have been too low. Let's test it out and see. So now we should be able to, we also need to get rid of these bugs because those are annoying me. So let's go test it out. Let's go and jump down here. Okay, so we collide with this one and we can collide with that one. And then we can still jump through this one, but we need to increase the force of our player. because we can't make it through. So jump force, let's go and increase that to 12 and see if that works. Hopefully that works, because then we might also need to, what is it, reduce the size of the collider, because clearly it's not working properly. So can we move this collide mask, everything? Okay, that should be fine. Let's do it for the same thing on this one. Let's go and edit this one, make this one slightly smaller like that. Let's test that out. Hopefully that jump force actually changed, because sometimes when you change it, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Okay, so we can collect that coin as well. And then what we can do now is we can jump up. That's fine. Then we can jump onto that one and then also jump onto there. So that's working perfectly. I don't really like the size of the jump. Jump's quite high. But I guess we kind of need that to get up on those platforms. So let's go do the same thing for this one. So this platform is pretty much going to be the exact same thing. Let's go and add a box. Well, we can add that one onto it for now. And then we can also add in a box collider 2D. Use that, and then we can just simply change the size of this back down to what we had it on the other ones. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's go test that out. We don't really need that platform there, because the way our the way our player, the size of the jump force is quite big, which allows us to kind of eliminate that platform, because we can simply just jump straight over it like that. But that, you can see that works. We can now jump onto that platform, but we can also kind of not go through it, because it's kind of too short. But I mean, look, it looks kind of cool, so we'll leave it like that. So that's fine. Let's see, what else do we want to do? So we've done all of that. Probably in the next episode, I will have gotten rid of all of this by then, so we can go and start like finalizing things in the game. So things like our backgrounds, we need to go and fix. We need to go and fix the coin for when you destroy some crate. Let's actually go and add in some crates to the game, because we need to be able to destroy these things. So what we can do here is, I'm going to add in a crate over here. So I believe we have a crate in our prefabs that we created. Yeah, so we can add this crate over here. And for that crate, let's go and make it a background, and let's just put it one so that we can see it in front of that post. Something like that. So that's fine. Let's go and test this out. So you should see that when we break this crate, okay, so that's a problem. We need to fix that. And the reason why that happened is because of, okay, strength is equal to 0. Okay, so this is what I was working on yesterday, but I didn't really make the video of it, because I realized that I didn't get anywhere, and I think Unity has just crashed. So that's perfect. Let's test. Hopefully we saved it, but I don't think we did. So I might just have lost everything. So that's perfect. Watch, and yeah, there we go. We've lost everything. I guess there's no better thing to do than stop the video. What am I supposed to do now? I'm gonna have to go back and do all of that. Well, that's just annoying. Anyway, we'll end the video over here, because there's not really anything I can do about that except for go and redo it again. But yeah, that's pretty much a boring episode, because we only achieved exactly nothing, I guess, because it's all been wiped off. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, where we will hopefully start finishing and finalizing a few of the objects. So things like the background, the coins, and the breaking of the crate. But yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye. Also, remember to save your game so you don't get that happening to you. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.